So Troy, I know we've got some listeners out there right now, people watching who you've done a good job. You've convinced them that maybe this is possible. Maybe they shouldn't just look at COVID as the only opportunity really to embrace remote work. So what are some things that you could share? What are some best practices or encouragement that you could give other businesses, churches, nonprofits who might be thinking this could be good long term?
Fun question. Great question. You use the word change, and let's just use it as opportunity to lean into this moment as an opportunity to rethink the way that we've always done business, or you listener, the way that you've always thought business has to be. We're serving a market, the faith-based market, who quickly had to go from in-person gatherings for their weekend worship services to online overnight. They had to. And that's really caused, I think, every industry to rethink the way that they've always set up and structured their office. It no longer has to be in at 8 a.m., out at 5 p.m., you drive and commute to an office. It doesn't have to be that way anymore. BELAY has been doing this for 10 years. PushPay is now doing this. You can work remotely and still have a very successful business. So to the listener out there who is thinking about this, I would encourage him or her to write down what are pros and cons in your given business. Only you know that. We can talk about principles, we can talk about best practices, but you know the intricacies of your business. So write down those pros and cons. There's so many pros to it. There's some cons to it. And then what is most important to you as a business? I mentioned PushPay is very sales driven. Salespeople are highly emotive, highly emotional. They need to be around people. They need to be rubbing elbows because that person that got the deal on their right or their left gives them energy to do their deal. We do things at PushPay where we literally ring a gong every time we sign up a new customer. That's emotion. We spin wheels. We do coffee breaks. We have Red Bull on tap for them. For us, that's why one of the reasons why in person is so important, because we need that energy that you can't replicate when you're working alone. It's just challenging. But if that's not your motivator, young business owner or business owner who is rethinking this, and it's more, you're already set in motion and you're just moving along, what are some of the pros and cons that go along with what you're trying to achieve? What is your mission? What is your vision? And then building a plan and trying things out. Maybe a baby step is just 2 days a week. You allow your people to go remote. Maybe you don't go all 5 days, all 30 days out of the month. You just go 2 days a week and you measure that. You view the trends, you check in and see how your staff is doing. Then you try 3 days, then you try 4 days. Next thing you know, you're ready to rock and roll and you already have the system in place. But I am from the school of thought, it's not either or, it's both. And it can be a both end.
I love that.
Yes.
It doesn't have to be all remote or all in person. Try both. And there's no one size fits all. But I will say, as BELAY has been doing it successfully for 10 years, PushPay was thrust into this about 4 months ago. You can run a very successful business from remote working only. And I would encourage those business leaders to give it a shot.